Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I think we're now live. And while we wait for the others to join us, I'm very glad to broadcast here live from Zurich, Switzerland. I'll be welcoming most of our users coming from the US mainly, but you can also know that we're live in the UK. In Germany, we're launching also in the rest of Europe very soon this week. Um, and we have quite a growing audience. Um, So maybe if we wait for a couple of minutes uh, for the people to join us, we're going to be able to present ourselves. One thing that we want to do is that I know that most of you guys are using an app, which is a survey app where you can actually earn a bit of money in doing surveys, in taking the time to go through surveys. We would like to tell you why we're not just another survey app in the ecosystem, and what we want to enable you going forward with more than just surveys, and most probably with enabling you guys to be able to control your data, secure your data, and hopefully very soon monetize your data. One thing that maybe we could do, and we'll put a link here during the video when we put it on our YouTube channel. We're going to go to the vetri.global website, which is our website. Maybe we can put it here. I'll put it here on the chat. It's called vetri.global. And one thing that I would like to do is to present you what we do in going through the website and digest a bit of the information that we have there because it's quite dense. Sometimes it might seem complex, and I'm here to show you how simple it all is. When you go to this website, to our website, you can see that the main screen says that you're just a number to us. And this is really the mission and the vision that we have for you guys. We are not interested in capturing your data. We're not interested in uh, monetizing your data. We're just here to make sure that you can use our own services and monetize your own activity. For now, again, as I just said, you can monetize your time and make sure that you can actually earn money for this time and sharing your opinion going forward. We want to enable you to also monetize uh, your uh, your your data, whether it's your location data, whether the data that you have on your phone. So this is why we're just here. You are just a number to us, and indeed, uh, this is exactly when it comes to managing your personal data. This is exactly what you want, how you would like things to be. As I said, we're a non-for-profit foundation. I think this is very important. This is why we are so different to the competition. We're not a for-profit company. We're not here to generate revenues on top of our users, making sure that we just take commission fees out of the survey that we distribute to you. We're a non-for-profit foundation, meaning that we're not here to generate the profit. We're here to enable our users to generate the profit. Having said that, and as a Swiss non-for-profit foundation, we are audited every year, meaning that we need to prove that not only uh, we won't take commission out of the survey that we will send to you or any deals going forward, but also we need to make sure that should we make some revenues, everything will be reinvested into the ecosystem that we're building. And again, today, most of the ecosystem relies on, and most of the deals that you're retargeted to are from surveys that we have sources with our partners, but tomorrow it's going to be much more. What we believe in, it's in the fair data economy, and that's a very big word. We're very much used to the fair trade economy when it comes to buying supply and commodities in the fair trade market. If you buy some cocoa or coffee, you want to make sure that everyone involved into the supply chain has been rewarded correctly and has been protected for their work. for what they put in. Likewise, in the data industry, we want to make sure that your data, whenever it's being used, first of all, we provide you with a confidentiality ecosystem, meaning that we protect your data, and whenever we're going to have access to your data, we're going to protect it, anonymize it, and make sure that we can send it to some buyers of this data without having to see it, and that's very important. But also, in doing so, we'll make sure that you're fully remunerated for that. And that's very important to us. And again, I said earlier, this is why we're going to be very different to the other companies creating survey apps just to make sure that they can generate a lot of profit and a lot of revenues. Um, with Vetri, so as I said, we want to make sure that you're in complete control of your data, and being in control of your data also means that you are the one rewarded with cash, with money for this data. So that's very important. Uh, Also, the other part of being a non-for-profit legal entity, that means that we don't have any expensive C-level executives nor shareholders to please, nor to remunerate, meaning that most of the activity and all of the activity can go straight to our users. Uh, and we'll make sure that we keep the profit as minimum to run the operation, to build the ecosystem, to make sure that we can add new deals, provide more robust environment, a better usage also of this of the application to our users whenever we have the revenues to do so. But it is really for the greater good that mm, we have built this foundation. Then, if you scroll down onto our website, you'll see the data ownership. Again, you have the link here showing up, vetri.global. Um, it's all about data ownership. We believe that your data is yours and yours only, and not for online third parties to use and abuse. Your data stays on your mobile device at any time, at all time, and is encrypted with private keys that only you hold. That changes the whole paradigm of the web 2.0 that we're seeing, and all the Facebook and Meta and Google business model that we've seen in the past 10 years. Most of the time we use services for free, first of all, and then those services are monetizing the data that we put in our behaviors, in our activity through their services, to monetize their activity. And we believe this is just wrong. We should be able to secure, first of all, our data, then control this data, making sure that whenever part of this data is being shared, is being sent to data consumers, we should be, first of all, providing our consent when the data is being sent, first of all, and then beyond the consent. Most of the time, the data is shared for a transaction, for a profit, for revenues. We should just be able to receive this money from those data consumers, and this is exactly what we're building here. We have built an ecosystem where, again, today you receive surveys, tomorrow you're going to be able to receive deals to share your data, and then you're going to be completely free to opt in or out of this marketplace, in the sense that what comes with the products is the capability and the capacity to secure your data. Then we want to make sure that on top of it, we have created a marketplace where we can create this relationship to the end user, between the brands and the end users, where we can allow our end users, you guys, are the users of the app, to be able to monetize this activity or these data points. So that's for the data ownership. Again, the fair data economy, this is what I just described also earlier. We believe that individuals should be fairly remunerated for their data. So anything for behavioral data to financial and purchasing data and opinions, once properly anonymized, can generate a steady revenue streams for their rightful owners. And this is again what we're putting together. There are some data rights, of course, and what is set as normal in the real life is in the virtual realm completely different. We are used to be deprived from our own privacy, confidentiality, and again, whenever there's a transaction involving our data, we never see a dime of that. And this is what we want to change. We want to allow our users to be able to secure their data, to uh, market their data, and to benefit from the full value of their data when it's being used by data buyers and data consumers. So the direction that we're taking, as I said, for the one that just are joining us now, we are a non-for-profit foundation today, meaning that we're still organize a lot of the activity on behalf of the ecosystem, but also, and I'm going to start using kind of bad words such as blockchain and cryptocurrencies, we're plugged on the Web 3.0 technology. And in saying so, what we want to do is ideally in the next 5 to 10 years, we want to dissolve this foundation, making sure that we can actually put back all the governance, all the decision, the important decision to our users. Meaning that today you receive those points, which we call VLDs, which is actually a cryptocurrency, allowing you to monetize your time in doing those surveys. But tomorrow, together with those points, you're going to start receiving also rights that will allow you to vote for the best decision for the whole ecosystem. Again, in this ecosystem, in this app that we have created, you're not just a user of this application. You're not here just to answer surveys and be remunerated for that. We want you to take full control of your data and of this ecosystem, meaning that we consider you as a participant of this ecosystem and not only a user of this ecosystem. So that's going to change a lot also the way that we want to interact with most of our users, and that will empower you guys to do much more than just answering surveys and generating revenues. Also, tomorrow you're going to be able to decide who, in terms of data consumers, should be allowed to enter into the ecosystem and start offering some deals for the data or the surveys that they are sending. Where we are today is that we started the market expansion. This week we are opening in Europe. We're already live in the US, in UK, and Germany. We're opening up in France, soon in Canada, Australia, and many more countries, which is a very good thing for us, because that means that we have found we have created a product that is working very well, where we have great feedback from our users, and there is a great demand to change the way survey businesses are being organized and are being distributed. So that's great. But again, think that think of us as more than just a survey app. We are here to provide you with not only surveys, but also tomorrow the opportunity to start generating extra revenues in sharing your data, in sharing your geolocation. For example, you're going to be able to enter into a space and receive just a deal for sharing this data. You're going to be able to go and pass by in front of a restaurant, and if it's lunchtime, you're going to be able to receive a free voucher or a discount to enter into this restaurant, just to be able to share your data again. Today, a lot of people are buying your data without you noticing it, and we just want to make sure that we can redirect those buyers into to you guys, to this ecosystem of users and of participants, of end users. Today, most of the business, and this is highly true for the data, is what we call B2B, business to business, meaning that if I'm a brand, I go to another brand, to a large tech company, and I buy the lot of data without having the users to know about that. What we want to do is, in having this survey app where we are growing this audience base, we want to have the force and the power of this large audience and go to the big brands and tell them, stop going to the big tech companies that are capturing our data and making a market out of our own property, out of our own activity, out of our own digital identity, and activities in general. What we want to do is to shift this market, which is purely B2B today, into a B2C market, a business to client. And the way we call that in the blockchain space, it's a peer-to-peer environment, meaning that anyone's going to be able to buy and to transact with anyone else within this ecosystem. And again, that should change a lot the way we operate beyond, again, the survey business activity that we run today with you guys. And thank you again for being part of our ecosystem, and tomorrow about the data economy. Of course, today we source most of our activity with great partners. We're very happy. And tomorrow, what we want to do is to be able to redirect the brands directly to you guys without having to go through many intermediaries. Of course, we will always need some intermediaries because most of them are adding value. What we want to do is to remove the ones that are not adding any value to the ecosystem, making sure that we can increase the value of each survey, of each data point that we're going to enable to be transacted between our participant in this ecosystem. Then one use case that appears to us as being very interesting is all your marketing and financial use cases, meaning that today, again, besides the surveys, a lot of brands are actually buying your financial data. For example, they go to Visa, they go to MasterCard, and they buy your financial data without you knowing about it and without you being remunerated about it. There are some rules and laws, specifically in Europe and coming also to the US, that allows you to be able to actually download all your financial data into your app. And this is exactly what we have created. Again, besides being a survey app, we are also a wallet where you're going to be able to capture all this data, all this information. And if we are allowed by you to download for you your financial data into your app, we're going to be able to go and convince all the buyers of your financial data, which are going to Visa and MasterCard, to come straight to you and enable you guys to actually generate revenues out of that. And we believe that this is the way forward. And what is true for this financial data will be true for any type of data. And once we're able of doing that, we've already been approached by some, again, in the crypto space and in the blockchain space, we've been approached by some DeFi protocol. What is DeFi? Is decentralized finance, where we allow some users to earn revenues and yield dividend out of their finances. And because we already allow you guys to earn some money in running surveys, in doing surveys, in generating these revenues, we want to go beyond and allow you for this money to generate some bonuses, yield revenues, dividends out of that. So we're already in touch with them. It will take a bit of time for us to seal those contracts and to finalize those contracts, but we're already in a very good shape to be able to do that. Of course, again, then for later this year, again, we are targeting to be a personal digital storage where you're going to be able to download any type of data that you have in which is scattered a bit everywhere, most of the time, again, managed by your service provider, the platform that you use on a daily basis. And you're going to be able to have all this data downloaded into your wallet, allowing you again to create much more opportunities for you guys to be able to monetize that. And as I said at the very beginning, we are a foundation, a non-for-profit foundation. Our commitment to you is that we even want to go beyond being a non-for-profit foundation and give you the keys of this foundation and the responsibility of this foundation, and the governance of this foundation in becoming a DAO. A DAO stands for a decentralized autonomous organization. In short, that means that we want to make sure that all of our users, all of the participants of the Vetri app are going to be able to take a decision, take decision of what the app should be about, what the ecosystem should be about, how it should be governed, how it should be organized, who's going to be the next partner that we want to integrate within our ecosystem. And you will be empowered to do that with this crypto money that you're already earning. And I know that it feels odd most of the time when I speak to you guys, to our users. You don't know that, first of all, that we're a non-for-profit foundation. You don't know that we use blockchain as a backend, as the main engine of our simple application. And on top of that, you don't know that the money that you're earning today is in the form of a cryptocurrency. We present it in a form of simple points within the app that we allow you guys to withdraw and redeem those points for PayPal, for gift cards equivalent, making sure that we can give you a real reward and straight reward that you can actually use and earn on a daily basis. But going forward, and as we speak, cryptocurrencies are being adopted all over the world and will allow you tomorrow to do much more. So we will keep on offering you guys to have the opportunity to redeem those this cryptocurrency for PayPal equivalent, for cash equivalent, for those gift cards. But tomorrow you're going to be able also to transfer this value into any cryptocurrency that you want in the world, meaning that it would be a way to invest into this cryptocurrency environment. If you want to participate into that, it will be a way also to start investing into services as I just described, which are called DeFi, decentralized finance services, where with the money that you have accumulated in answering surveys or in sharing your data and in selling your data to data consumers, you're going to be able to start earning dividend or yield or bonuses on top of the money that you already generated. And this is really how it's going to operate in the future. It has started, and we are turning all of that vision that started, by the way, 4 years ago. We started all of that 4 years ago here in Zurich, Switzerland. Even if we're mainly live in the US with our US users, it all started 4 years ago with this vision. And we have turned that into a reality in the sense that we have delivered many versions of an app, which last year we were not that happy with the services and the product that we had. So we invested a lot of money into the app to today be very happy, very, very proud of what we have put together in having this app, which is performing very well, which is growing organically, where we have great feedback and great feedback from our users. So it has started. We're not just here to tell you how the world's going to be in 10 years. We're here to tell you that it is working already. What we're doing today in the survey business, we're doing that because this activity is already turned into a B2C activity, meaning that businesses are remunerating end users to be able to answer surveys. Why we created this foundation, this whole vision is to do exactly the same thing, not only about the surveys, but also about the data sharing, the data transaction, the data intermediation that we could and that we are able to do now. And uh, we're going to be able to empower you with your data and allow you to be able to transact with large companies to receive these rewards. Um, if we are here and if we always and very often say that we are different and that we're not here to generate profit because we're a non-for-profit foundation. It is important for us that you understand how we generate revenues out of that economy. In this Web 3.0, we're capable of generating revenues not in being an intermediary, a financial intermediary out of the transaction that we're organizing for you guys. And again, let's take the example of the survey. When we receive a survey, we distribute this survey to you guys. And when you answer the survey, we don't need to have a transaction as 100% of the other apps that you can find in the market. We are able to give you 100% of the value because our economic model, we will make money not out of this transaction intermediary, we'll make revenues out of the capital gain that we have on this cryptocurrency. We have created our own cryptocurrency. These are the VLDs that you're getting each time you do and you complete a survey. And we have we will leverage from this whole economy of this cryptocurrency to make sure that in having in reserve 20% of the whole supply of our VLDs, we want to make sure that we will leave off on the capital gain of this cryptocurrency and not on the transaction intermediary cost that we could charge you as the other players in this field. So today, again, we're mainly providing you with surveys in the market research field. Tomorrow, we're going to be able to do digital marketing, and this is a vetri ecosystem. We have the data consumers being able to access our marketplace. We have you guys being able to download our app, where you're going to be able to provide your opinion completing surveys. And tomorrow also, you're going to be able to acknowledge some deals that we're going to send you to be able to earn even more money. And you're going to be able to provide your consent, whether you want to be part, whether you want to be remunerated or not about those deals. And you will decide whether you want to sell your data to this data consumer interested into your data point or not. Um, That's great, guys. Thanks for the question. I have here Bernard. What is the added value? And all you guys, if you have a question, please don't hesitate to put them on the chat. What is the added value of the token in this ecosystem solution? Or put differently, how can I swap VLD for fiat? I refer towards monetized revenue generated yield. Um, Thanks for your question. I think it's very clear today. When you're going to be entering a survey, you're going to generate VLDs, and this is how your balance is shown in the app with the VLD cryptocurrency. And you have a simple way to transfer and cash back these VLDs. In going into the reward section of this app, you can actually transfer back your VLDs for a PayPal transfer in providing your email address. And what we do is that we take back the VLDs that we gave you and that you earn. Actually, we didn't give you anything, you earn them. We take back the cryptocurrency and we send you back the cash equivalent into your PayPal account, or we allow you guys to be able to download a voucher in a form of a gift cards for Amazon, Apple, Burger King, the large ones that you have available in your own countries. Again, we're live in many different countries, so we have different set of rewards depending on the countries. That's the reality of today. Tomorrow, we're going to be able to offer you, on top of these opportunities and those PayPal or gift cards rewards, we're going to be able to offer you the opportunity to swap these VLDs for any other cryptocurrencies or any other new deals. But we still need to integrate with them. We still need to make sure that we can actually do that not at the cost of our users, because for now, those transactions are quite costly. And we are trying to do that in the best way for our users to be able to use those type of services. So I hope it answers your question, Bernard. Um, if I scroll down and go down to our website, I think what's very important is the idea of this self-sovereign identity. Behind the app that we have Yes, indeed, you can run surveys, but also we have some quite cool features. You have what we call a wallet. A wallet's going to be and is already kind of, let's see that as a vault where all of your information can be put into this vault. And only you have the private key to open this vault. Even us, we do not have that. And that will allow you to store all of your information being encrypted there. And that's actually very powerful. But on top of that, we want to make sure that you're going to be able to put there your digital identity. Why that is because it's very important for the data consumers, the people buying your data or buying your surveys, to make sure that you're a real user. And this is what we want to prove tomorrow, and what we're already doing today. We want to make sure that the data consumers can come to the Vetri ecosystem and make sure that they have reliable people on the back of that app with identified people. And again, because we can prove that you're a real human with a digital identity, we don't need to give away the information of who you are and all the data points that you would not necessarily like to share. So I think that's very powerful to have that in mind. And this self-sovereign identity that we're going to be able to provide you with into this wallet, into this app, going to be able to monetize at a much higher value the same data point that they could buy anywhere else in going to the big tech companies. So if I keep going onto our activity and onto our partners, we have some blockchain partners which are Verum Capital and Leakay. Leakay is a crypto exchange. Verum Capital is a company advising us and being able to provide us with technology when we need it. And going forward, of course, a critical point for us tomorrow is going to be the to go to a large exchange, and we are actually in discussion with some of the largest exchange in the world to make sure that we can provide our users this liquidity, and making sure that we can offer them on top of the liquidity the services that are required to be able to exchange the VLDs for anything else. Um, a new question here: do you plan to allow VLD transaction within the Vetri app in the future? User to user, app to call wallet to app. Yes, indeed, we're planning for that. One word. Okay, one quick word about blockchain and how we use blockchain today. Today, we have our cryptocurrency, which are called VLDs, which is what we call an ERC20 token. ERC20 token stands for a smart contract, which is used onto the Ethereum blockchain ecosystem. Um, Today, an Ethereum transaction costs a lot of money compared to the revenues that you can generate in terms of running a survey. Meaning that it can come to $20 to $50, let's say, for a transaction, and to allow our users to actually be able to withdraw a quite low amount, starting at $12.50, as you can see on the app. If we were to use blockchain ecosystem to do that, it will kill all of your earnings into the gas fees. So what we're doing today is that we are allowing you to do a transaction, which is we buy back your token and we send you the PayPal or gift cards equivalent, so that you can actually get the full value of the $12.50 that you've earned tomorrow. And that's because blockchain already enabled that. We're going to be able to change the ecosystem where we evolve, not necessarily onto Ethereum, but on going into different blockchain. I have plenty in mind where the costs are either for free or much lower, allowing all of our users to swap their VFD token for any type of other token, or to exchange the token between each other, or even to send the token that they had into their app into another wallet. So that's going to happen We just don't know yet if we're going to stick to Ethereum using what we call, and again, I'm sorry for the non-crypto guys, layer two solutions that enables us to limit the gas fees, so the cost of transaction, and that's something that we're looking at very closely now. Or if we change simply the ecosystem and we shift to a blockchain which is providing a much cheaper transaction cost, allowing, and again, the ultimate goal is to allow our users to be able to 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 be free and use our token as they will. But today is a bit too early, and again, we are investigating into those different ecosystems to make sure that we can provide the best solution to our users. In terms of other technology partners, we have signed contract with Dynata, with Lucid, with Sint, with InBrain, with Polfish, meaning that we can source all of these surveys coming from these large players, top tier players actually in the world, to make sure that we can always provide you with the best surveys available in the market. Making sure also that you always have some volume available, meaning that you can come every day to the app, and we want to make sure that whenever you come, you can find some available surveys. We know that it's a bit frustrating the way the surveys are designed today. That you're going to start a survey, and eventually it's going to be you're going to be terminated earlier than before completion, and that's frustrating. We cannot change that for now. It is the way it is operating for many years, but this is definitely something we want to optimize going forward. And once we're going to have a large enough audience, we're going to be in a position to convince the brands to come to us straight, and we're going to be able to, because we're going to have access to your data through your wallet without having to see it. We're going to be able to match you guys in a much more precise way with the brands, in a way that we're going to be able to offer you a much higher success rate when you're going to take a survey going forward. So that's very important, and we are aware of this frustration that we hear very often, but that's not something we can change for now, and the whole market is impacted with that. In terms of payment partners, we have PayPal and Tango cards. PayPal, everyone knows that, and this is the most used service in our ecosystem. Whenever you earn your VLDs and you reach the $1250 threshold, you are able to send the whole equivalent into a PayPal account, into your own PayPal account, or into a gift card that you can select into the repository. We have 8 to 10 gift cards equivalent for each available countries, and we're planning to onboard some new ones, making sure that we always want to hear our users and make sure that we can always provide the best ecosystem for you guys. So whenever you have suggestions, don't hesitate to contact us, either through the website, either through the support channel, either through the info at vetri.global email address, and we can make sure that we can stay in touch and provide you with much more added value. This is the first time we do this type of exercise, and I think the whole exercise is really to come forward to you guys, to our user base, and making sure that we can tell you who we are, what we have been in the past 4 years, why we have this vision, why this vision is very important, not only for us, not only for most of our users willing to source these surveys, but also going forward in the future with a broader view at the ecosystem, how we're going to be able to empower you guys with your own data, the ownership of your data, and what it means and what it will mean in the end. It will mean that you're in full control of your data, and that means that you can select who has access to it. First of all, that's very important. If you want to interact with them with your data, and if you do so, that you're fully remunerated with the value of your data straight. And we don't want to play this intermediary role, it will be up to you to decide on everything, from the value that you believe your data should be to receiving the total amount of for that. So that was a quick introduction to what we are, who we are, what we do. We use different scientific and technological techniques to do what we're doing. I think for our first session, it's good enough. Next time, we'll take the time to go through the cryptography and zero knowledge proof techniques that we can enable to hide your data, to provide you with a layer of confidentiality which has never been reached until today in the ecosystem, enabling us to empower you with the full value of your data, with the full control of your data, and we're going to be able to tell you much more. We want the channel to be open between you guys, our users, and who we are, what we do. We don't want to be just another app in the ecosystem. Specifically, we don't want to be just a survey app. Everything we're doing today is to build a greater vision, a greater purpose, and it is starting with the survey activity, with the survey business, where we enable you guys to take surveys and to remunerate you way beyond what any other app can in the market, first of all, and that's just the first step. Tomorrow, we're going to be able also to provide you with deals, for you to be able to start selling your data if you want to, and capture the full value for that. And of course, that's something we need to build together. We're here to provide you with our technology, but we're also here to hear what you have to say, the type of feedback that you would like to give us, and make sure that we maintain the ecosystem that we have built for you at the level of satisfaction that you have. And it's important that we can do this education work together, making sure that we can tell you how important it is to keep your data confidential, to be in full control of your data, and in any shape or form. Here I have a question from Andreas. Will it be possible to stake the token from the ICO? Yes, it will be. It will be available soon. What we want to do first is to reach to a main exchange so that we have enough liquidity, not only about the value. Compared to the ICO price, of course, but we want to make sure that we have this liquidity which is growing. And then we want to make sure that, as Crypto for Gains asked earlier, want to make sure that you can swap your token within the app to the external to other wallets external to the vetri ecosystem. And that will mean that we're able to enable transaction into the blockchain ecosystem at a lower price than what we are offering our deals for today. And the staking capabilities will be enabled through also onboarding the DeFi protocol. And I've spoke about that earlier during the call. The DeFi protocol are the decentralized finance solution that will allow you guys, whenever you do some surveys and you earn some money, we're going to be able to offer you some bonuses, yield staking, yield farming capabilities on top of this money that you've earned, to make sure that we can give you even more for the value that you have earned. So it will come. We're planning for this year to be plugged to one of the largest DeFi protocol, but we're still a long road ahead of us, making sure that we can actually transact within blockchain at a much lower cost than what it costs today on Ethereum blockchain environment. It is what it is. And again, for now, we are working heavily in making sure that we can provide our users with a better deal, more deal, more surveys, but also new type of deals in enabling you guys to start monetizing your data. So that's in a nutshell. That's I think, unless you have any other question, please don't hesitate to drop your question into the chat. And unless you have any other question, I think we can stop here for this first session. Again, we want to keep the line open with our users, with our community. I invite you guys to write to us at info@vetri.global. I'm putting it here, and we'll put it here in the video when we put it online. Here you can reach us here at info@vetri.global. And should you have any suggestions, should you have any ideas, should you have any partners in mind that you would like us to connect to provide you with new type of deals or new type of partners, don't hesitate to communicate with us. Again, we want to be very transparent with what we do, the way we do it. So consider that the channel is open and that we can speak together. In the coming months, we'll work heavily in opening up new channels, new communication channels for our community. That's something we haven't done in the past for many reasons. The first one being that we were not happy with the product that we had in the past. And now that we are happy with the product that we have, now that we have great traction, now that we have the validation from our users that our app is useful, that our app is working properly, and that we can grow, we want to reopen all the communication channels, making sure that we can keep the link and the line open with you guys. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact us. I'm very happy we could have this first session. I think this one is the first one of many upcoming ones. And thank you all for trusting us, for some of you, for so many years. We've done our ICO 4 years ago. A lot of the ICO project have died in the past. We're still around, and we're not planning to die any soon. Now that we have put all of these efforts in having a great app and having great traction with our users. So thank you very much for putting your trust with us. Thank you very much for using the app. Simply put, we're going to make sure that also in the coming months and coming weeks and even coming days, we are opening in much more new countries, making sure that we can reach new markets and enable our services to all of our early investors in any countries. And again, the line is open. Thank you for all your comment, for all your feedback, for your trust, and for using the Vetri app. Thank you all, and we speak soon. Bye.